Assalamualaikum. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to study about the next topic in English sentence structure class, which is adverbs. Okay, let's check it out. Yeah, so an adverb is a word which modifies the meaning of a verb, an adjective, or another adverb. What it means by modify is the adverb gives additional information about the verb, the adjective, or the adverb. For example, here, number one, we have she writes quickly. So quickly here is an adverb which gives the information about how she writes, or it modifies the verb writes. The second one, John is very handsome. Very is an adverb which is used to show the degree of how handsome he is, and it is shown that he is very handsome. And then in 3 we have he explained the poem very well. So very here is an adverb which is used to show the degree of how well he explained the poem, and the answer is fairly, or the adverb is fairly. So in the third example, we can see that an adverb, or especially here an adverb of degree, can modify another adverb. Okay, next one. Yeah, so we have some types of adverbs and we can categorize them into 8. We have adverb of manner, adverb of place, adverb of time, adverb of frequency, adverb of certainty, adverb of degree, interrogative adverb, and relative adverb. Okay, let's discuss them one by one. Yeah, the first is adverbs of manner. Adverbs of manner are the adverbs that are used to show how actions are done. Okay, so it shows the way we do the action, or it basically answers the question of how a certain action is done. The examples of adverbs of manner are quickly, bravely, hard, fast, well, clearly, soundly, and probably. For example, they lived happily. So the adverb happily here is used to show how they lived. Okay. In B, we have Joanna walks gracefully. So gracefully here is an adverb of manner which shows the way Joanna walks. So Joanna walks with grace, or we can say Joanna walks gracefully. Yeah. The second one, we have adverbs of place. It's pretty clear that it is used to show the locations, or where an action is done. The examples of adverbs of place are here, there, up, down, near, and below. For example, A, I went there. So there shows the location where I want to go. And then B, she stood near the gate. Near the gate here is an adverb of place which shows the location where she stood. Again, adverbs of place explain or give the information about the location of the action. The third one, it's also pretty clear. Adverbs of time is used to show when an action is done. When. So it's about the time. The examples are now, then, today, tomorrow, early, soon. For example, in A, my father is not at home now. So, now here is an adverb which gives information that now is the time when my father is not at home. And then in B, she will come here soon. Okay, so soon here is an adverb of time which gives the information about the time when she will come here. Okay, it's pretty easy, right? Okay. Next one, adverb of frequency. So adverbs of frequency is used to show how often an action is done. How often. For example, we have twice, mean 2 times. Usually it comes with twice a week, twice a month, twice a year. And then often, never, always, or frequently. For example, A. We visited our grandma twice means that we visited our grandma 2 times. B. They never go to the zoo. Okay, it shows that they haven't had any experience to go to the zoo before. Next, adverbs of certainty. As its name suggests, adverb of certainty is used to show the definiteness or the certainty of an action. The examples are certainly, surely, definitely, and obviously. For example, A. I shall certainly help you means that of course I need to help you, or of course I will help you. B. Jack is obviously very clever. Or we can say, no doubt, Jack is very clever. So certainly and obviously are used to show the definiteness of the actions. Next, adverbs of degree. We have discussed it in the beginning. Adverbs of degree are used to show how much, in what degree, or to what extent an action is done. The examples are very, rather, freely, quite, to, and almost. For example, we have eaten enough, meaning that we have eaten not too much and not too little. In B, we have he is very great. So very here shows the degree of how great he is, and the answer is very great. Okay. Next, interrogatives adverbs. Interrogative adverbs are used to ask questions. For example, we have when, where, why, how. Okay. For example, when do you come home? So when here is the interrogative adverb because it gives the information about the time. B. Where did you go yesterday? So where here is an interrogative adverb which gives the information about the time, or sorry, the location. The location when you went yesterday. So maybe now you're questioning about in the previous meeting we discussed about interrogative adjectives. We have the word like what, and then who, yeah, and whose. So what's different with these interrogative adverbs? Okay, so it differs mainly because in interrogative adverbs, the informations that you will get from this kind of questions is in the form of adverbs. Or for example, when we use when, the answer is about the time. When we use where, the answer is about the place. When we use why, the answer is about the reason. And when we use how, the answer is about the manner. So actually the answers are in the form of adverbs. But when we use the interrogative adjective, like for example, what do you eat, for example, or who do you talk with, for example, the answers are in the form of noun. Okay, so I think it's pretty clear, yeah? Next one, we have relative adverbs. Relative adverbs are the adverbs that are used to relate to clauses or statement, to relate or to connect, yeah? For example, we have where, when, and why. For example, do you know when Sam came here? Do you know when Sam came here? So the answer will be Sam came here last night, for example. So the information is in the form of an adverb. Or B, I don't know where she goes. The answer will be she goes to the park, for example. So the answer is about the location and it is an adverb. So the key is relative adverbs are used to connect two clauses or statements that require the answer in the form of adverbs. Okay, next we will discuss about the position where adverbs can occur. So there are so many positions where adverbs can be located. The first is adverb of manner is generally placed after the verb or object. For example, in 1 we have the students speak politely. So politely here is an adverb of manner. And as you can see here, it is placed after the verb speak. It shows the way how the students speak. 2. The doctor examined the patient carefully. So here, carefully is an adverb of manner, showing the way how the doctor examined the patient, and it is placed after the object, the patient. Okay, the second position, adverb of place and time, may be placed after the verb or object. The first, I search everywhere for my book. So the adverb here is the word everywhere, and it is placed after the verb search. Second one, I saw a film yesterday. So after the object of film, we have an adverb yesterday. Okay. Next one. Adverbs of frequency and degree, frequency and degree, the adverbs that show how often and how much are generally placed between the subject and the verb. Between the subject and the verb. If the verbs consist of several words, adverbs are placed after the first word. Okay, for example, in number 1, we have my father never tells lies. So here, the adverb of frequency is placed between the subject my father and the verb tells. In example 2, I have never seen such a beautiful girl. So never here is an adjective of an adverb of frequency, and it is placed between the verbs, between have and seen. Why? Because the verb consists of 2 words. So if the verb consists of 2 words, then it is placed after the first word, which is have. But when the verb is only 1 word, it is usually placed between the subject and the verb. Fourth, some adverbs are placed after auxiliary verbs. For example, you are always careless of your health. So the adverb always here is placed after the auxiliary verb are. So it is not you always are, but you are always. 2. I'm completely defeated in love. Completely here is an adverb which is placed after the verb in the form of auxiliary verb, which is am. And generally, almost all of the auxiliary, when you have auxiliary verbs, so you need to put the adverb after the auxiliary. Next one. Adverbs must be placed before auxiliary verbs like have to and used to. So whenever you have the verbs have to or used to, you have to put the adverb before the auxiliary verb. For example, I often have to attend yoga classes. Have to is like must, So here, often is an adverb which is placed before the verb or the auxiliary verb have to. And then the second one, I never used to visit temples. So the adverb never here is placed before the auxiliary verb used to. Okay. The sixth one, if more adverbs are used, the order is adverb of manner, adverbs of place, and adverbs of time. They must go in order. We cannot do this randomly when we have these 3 kinds of adverbs or 2 kinds of adverbs. For example, in example 1, you have I met Sally at the theater yesterday evening. So at the theater here is an adverb of place, and it is put before the adverb of time. So it conveys the idea of number 2 and number 3 because we don't have number 1 in example 1. Okay, so we put the adverb of place at the theater before the adverb of time yesterday evening. We cannot do like I met Sally yesterday evening at the theater. Maybe the listeners will understand what you meant, but grammatically it's like incorrect. Okay. And then 2, I expressed my feeling very clearly at the cafe yesterday. We have these 3 kinds of adverbs at the same time, so we must follow the order. We must put this in the order correctly. So first is the adverb of manner. We have very clearly. The next one is the adverb of place at the cafe, and the third one is the adverbs of time yesterday. So remember, when you have these 2 or 3 kinds of adverbs at the same time, you must mind or consider the way you put each adverb according to this order. Right. Next one, if an adverb modifies an adjective, if an adverb modifies an adjective, it is placed before the adjective. For example, the book is rather dull. So we have the adjective dull, and we want to give the adverb of adverb of degree here, rather. So we put the word rather before the adjective dull. The second one, I'm quite happy today. So the adverb quite here, because it modifies the adjective happy, so it is placed before the adjective. Quite happy, not happy quite. Right. 8, the adverb enough should be placed after an adjective or adverb. For example, Ben is clever enough to understand the article. So here, clever is an adjective and enough is an adverb. So when we have enough, an adjective, we must put the adverb enough after the adjective. So here we have clever enough, not enough clever. Similarly, when we have an adverb and then we have enough, we have to also put the adverb enough after the adverb or after another adverb. For example, the man walked slowly enough. Not enough slowly, but slowly enough. Okay. Last one, the word only, as an adverb, should be placed before the word it modifies. For example, number 1, he only directed the film. So here the word only modifies the verb directed, and it is placed before the verb. It shows the meaning that he did nothing except directing the films. So he only directed the films. Number 2, only he directed the film. Here, only is an adverb modifying he, the subject. So it shows that no one directed the movie except him. So actually, in this example, the word only modifies, where is that? The pronoun here. Okay. Yes. You need to be careful when you use adverbs because these or some adverbs can be used as both adjectives and adverbs. For example here, Ben is speaking a loud voice. You can also say Ben never talks loud. Okay. In the second example, I tried to open the back door of my house. We have also the back as adverb. She went back. And then I'm going to Jakarta by an early train. As an adverb, she came early today. Another example, the government needs to take a quick action. We can also say Claire ran quick. Okay. The point here is when certain adverbs, are located before the noun, so they are not adverbs, but they are adjectives. But when you find this kind of adverbs comes after the verb, so they function as adverbs. I hope it's clear. Next one, you need to also be careful with adverbs which have two forms. For example, like hard and hardly. Hard can be an adjective, but hard can also be an adverb at the same time. But we have also hardly as the adverb. So we have these two forms, but they have different meaning. That's the point. So you need to be careful when you use this kind of adverbs. For example, hard as an adverb means diligently. So for example, we must work hard. But hardly is not the same with hard in this sense. Hardly means scarcely. For example, I could hardly believe it, meaning that you almost couldn't believe it. Next, near. Near here means close, or the opposite of far. Please come near. Please come near means please come close. But nearly is different with near. Nearly here means almost. For example, he is nearly defeated, means he is almost defeated. Next, late. Late here is the opposite of early. For example, the train arrived late. But lately is different from late. Lately means recently. I have seen Tim lately means I have seen Tim recently, maybe yesterday, probably. The last one, we have easy. Easy as an adverb can also mean lightly. For example, take life easy. But easily is different from easy. Easily here means without any effort. For example, Lisa learned English easily. Next one, we have comparative and superlative form of adverbs. Similar to adjectives, adverbs can also be formed into comparative and superlative. But and also they have similar patterns, but there are also some different rules here. For the regular, for one syllable adverb, we can just put er for the comparative, and we need to put the est for the superlative. I think it's similar to adjective. For example, hard, harder, the hardest. Fast, faster, the fastest. The examples are, we must work harder than them. And everyone in the race ran fast, but John ran the fastest of all. And then for the adverbs ending with ly, you have to add more. And for the superlative, you add the most. For example, swiftly, it becomes more swiftly and the most swiftly. Quickly, it becomes more quickly and the most quickly. For example, the new machine operates more swiftly than the old machine. The new machine operates the most swiftly in this factory. And for the irregular, I think it's similar to comparative and superlative adjective. You have good, better, the best, bad, worse, the worst, and so on and so forth. And the example can be seen here. He played better than her. Better here functions as an adverb rather than an adjective. And then he played the best of any player. So the best here is also an adverb. It shows the superlative. So you don't compare he with someone else because he's the best. So the key to differentiate whether a certain form is an adjective of an adverb, it depends on what this word modifies. So for example, in adjective, you will have the sentence like, she is better than me, for example. She is better than me. So here, this is function as an adjective. But in an adverb, you have we must work better than before, for example. So here, better is placed after the verb. It shows that it modifies the verb. And the word that can modify the verb is only an adverb. Then we can say, we can see obviously how whether certain words are adverbs or adjectives. It depends on what they modify again. Alright, I think that's all. Thank you so much for listening to and watching my video. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a like. Thank you so much. I hope it's clear. I'll see you the next meeting. Bye bye. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.